Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 6 of the Into the Paranormal podcast. You have me, Corey Beam. Over there is my cohort and everything paranormal, Kevin Leonard. Please join us as we go into the creepy, the unexplained, and the sometimes strange. This is the Into the Paranormal podcast. And as always, on this beautiful Saturday morning, Into the Paranormal is brought to you by the Coastal Atlantic Paranormal Association. Kevin, could you tell us a little bit about Kappa?
Well, the Coastal Atlantic Paranormal Association is a paranormal research team who investigates all things paranormal. If you feel your home or business is haunted, just visit our website at www.kappaparanormal or visit our Facebook page at facebook.com/Kappa Paranormal and just send us a help request and someone will get with you and answer all the questions or any questions that you may have pertaining to paranormal.
Awesome. So, how's the last week been since we last talked?
Busy, 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 busy. Oh my God, it's been busy.
Yeah,
And I'm sick or something, sort of. And
I, yeah, I get that. I know of a few people around that they've been dealing with stomach bugs, bugs of different kinds, and
yeah, I heard that
um,
there's a flu outbreak down there by you right now too.
there's a lot of people getting
So
yeah,
that's fun.
which is really strange. During the summer, if you were with us on our last podcast, I continuously kept disappearing, but over to this side of me or whatever side, I have a light now, so I'm not going to disappear if you're watching over on our YouTube channel. So, yeah, we're making
Episode by
improvements,
episode, Corey is improving on his side there.
little improvements, little by little. So,
Hey, an improvement's an improvement.
right, exactly. One step at a time. So I know we have some. If you've gone to our page, kappaparanormal.com, we have an part there that has paranormal news. So we thought to start off this episode, we would pick a story or two that we thought was interesting. Kevin, I know yours was pretty interesting and kind of goes with what we talked about last week. So why don't you go ahead and tell us about yours?
Yeah, so apparently across the pond over in the UK, King Charles is being urged to declassify their UFO intelligence. So more and more government agencies are declassifying what their government knows about the UFOs. And I have to say, it probably goes along with what we were talking about last week. More and more information is coming out about, what the governments know. And so he is being pushed to declassify, and he actually has an interest in the UFOs. So hopefully it won't be long before we get even more information and declassified documents and kind of shedding some light on the UFO phenomena.
That's very cool. And apparently,
Yeah,
Prince Philip, who is no longer with us, also had an
yeah, there's
interest
that.
in that. So that's pretty interesting
Hmm.
to know. Um,
Yeah.
on a lighter note, some news from down under in Australia. They had a little Lego art gallery. I guess they do this quite often, at least once a year. I guess it's an annual thing. And someone, um, well, they made Bigfoot. And they didn't just make a Lego replica of Bigfoot, like a painting. It is a certain frame of the Patterson Gimlin footage from 1967, where the thing's looking back like that. And it's pretty spot on, which I found pretty cool. They did the photo of the Loch Ness Monster, the famous one that was ruled to be a fake, um, and they also did a UFO one as well. So I thought that was pretty cool. I
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
the paranormal kind of drifts um
It's art.
into art and normal non-paranormal life. I always wondered that people that don't investigate the paranormal or think about the paranormal, what are they doing on a daily basis? What's going through their mind? I walk by an old building, I'm like, I wonder if there's ghosts there. That's not what most
Yeah,
people, that's not what most people think. We're
yeah,
just a little different than your uh,
yeah.
average
And if
people.
you haven't already, go and like our Facebook page. Not a shameless plug there, but still, facebook.com/ into the paranormal. I will post pictures of the Lego art that was made, which Corey was just talking about.
Yeah, we'll get pictures there. Yeah, definitely. Please head over there. And also, you can always, might as well plug it in now since we're talking about it. You can always get a hold of us on there. Tell us your stories. Let us know what you want to hear talked about. And make sure you get a hold of us at into the paranormal pod at gmail.com as well. Tell us your stories. What have you experienced? If we like your story enough, maybe you come on the podcast. Be really cool. We'd like to um, interact with people. We've seen a little more interaction picked up. I know of course, we got Spotify, we're on iHeartRadio, a few other places you can find your podcast as well. And we've seen we got some fans in Sweden and a
Yeah,
few,
shout
which
out to Sweden and the
yeah,
Netherlands.
how cool is that? Like we
Yeah.
Into the Paranormal has gone worldwide, and that's so cool. We're I how
So
you
continue
doing?
to
I
so
just
continue to listen and
yes.
share with all of your friends, family, wherever they may be.
Yeah, anywhere. We have fun doing this, and we're only going to get better. This is only episode 6. We have a lot of plans, a lot of things we want to do. So we're really excited about the future. But I think
Mhm.
this episode is very important because it's one of my favorite things to do. And I think we've talked about it. I can't remember what podcast number we talked about it, but I think it's just as important as finding evidence of the paranormal. And that is one of my favorite words, debunking.
Mhm.
So, for those people who may not know, debunking, disproving, is basically finding a normal explanation for things that are happening, whether that be evidence you have on tape, a personal experience, anything where you can find an explanation that is not in the realm of paranormal. And it's
Right.
very important um, to find those explanations so we're not putting out evidence or stories that are not factual and
Right.
because if other people can debunk them quickly, you lose credibility. We don't want to do
Yep.
that.
Yeah. That's why Kappa, the Coastal Atlantic Paranormal Association, when we go into a case or when we go into an investigation, our goal or our take on it, or how we go about our investigations, is actually to disprove. We don't go in looking for the paranormal. I believe it was in that same episode, it might have been one or two, that we talked about that, and we go in to actually disprove the claims, not to discredit the client or the person who we're talking to that had the claims. We very much believe, most of the time, they believe that they had these activities happen to them. But we try to go in and disprove these claims. And the beauty in that is it brings comfort to the client or the homeowner, business owner, whatever the case may be. And a lot of times people they don't want their house to be haunted. They don't want their business to be haunted. It could drive away business if, your candy shop has, 16 ghosts running around. But, so there we go in and we're like, hey, these are the logical explanations. This is why you experience that. Or, hey, that security camera that you're using may be outdated, or it may be so old that it has burnt in images, causing you to see translucent people walking around after hours, or something to that effect. Um, so yeah, disproving is very, very much high on the goal list of our paranormal investigations.
And actually, we just recently disproved something that we thought we heard over the podcast, which we thought there was we had an EVP while we were recording the podcast, and I believe you were able to go back and realize that, because I wasn't watching the video, so I couldn't see my mouth moving. I didn't know if I had made a noise. We heard a voice. It was me. I'm not paranormal for the most part. But we,
Yeah.
it's good to be able. If we didn't,
Yes, because I always go back and I listen to the audio, like the podcast version of the episode. And Tracy and I were in the car, we were listening to it, and we heard that particular voice. It was at marker 3902, I believe, in episode 4. And we thought it was, just somebody else chiming in. So we went back and watched the video version, and it was just Corey's alter
just me,
ego chiming in.
just me. And but think about it, if we hadn't, or you hadn't gone back, and we would have put on our Facebook and said, "Look what we caught an EVP," and we
Hmm.
didn't look at the video and didn't try, we'd look stupid, you know.
Right.
Um,
And not to discredit these other teams, but there are so many teams that will do that. They will go in and they'll have all this equipment, audio equipment, video equipment, or whatever, and they'll do EVP sessions and they'll go back, listen to it later, and they'll catch something that very well could have been somebody, in the next room talking. They didn't do their due diligence by accounting for everyone that was there, or tagging. We tag a lot in our EVP sessions during our investigations. One person, I clear my throat a lot, so I might say that was me if I do it low, or if I step on something, oh, that was me walking, or whatever the case may be. Some teams might not do that, and they'll just pass it along as evidence. And they might do that to put more evidence, knowing that that could be anything. I have a saying that's, I know there's a ton of teams that have the same saying: when in doubt, throw it out. But I like to say, if it may be, it very well should be. It may be someone walking a little bit too loud next to you. Oh, well, it could be.
right.
Whenever we bring forth evidence, I like to have concrete proof. There is absolutely no doubt that this was something that was unaccounted for. If it's just Corey and I in a room, and you hear a female randomly chime in and say, "Hello, guys," or whatever the case may be, we want, okay, Tracy was in this room, Julie was in that room, Liz was over here, Molly was over there. There was no one else in the house or
Right.
location at all. Everybody was at command outside or on break
Right.
or whatever.
We want to keep that,
We
yeah,
Yeah,
a controlled environment. So
exactly.
important. I will say it can be hard sometimes, even in that,
Yeah,
because
yeah,
sometimes our recorders, they're so sensitive.
yeah.
Um, I remember at the old Hamilton County Jail, we're up in a second floor of a jail, but when a car passed, in just listening to that recorder, it sounded like the recorder was underneath the car passing by.
Hmm.
I mean, it was that loud. So you really have
Or
to, yeah. Go ahead.
oh, go ahead. I was going to
No,
cut you off.
no, you're
No,
good.
you reminded me of the
Yeah.
Hamilton jail, but like we actually did a lot of disproving there because
Mhm.
of our own. We were downstairs in the jailer's house part, and Tracy and Liz. Tracy had thought she heard someone talking. Um, that was coming from solitary confinement, which is, it sounds weird if you haven't been there, but you can, from the dining room area of the house, if you open the door to the jail, because it's all connected, you can literally see right into the women's cell and into the windows for solitary confinement. So she was standing at the dining room area right at the jail door, and she heard what she thought was someone talking, and we all thought we heard keys, like just keys rattling, and we're like, okay, it's just the three of us because it was the night before you had showed up. Um, so it's just the three of us, and we're all literally standing right here, but we heard keys rattling coming from outside. Uh, and it was so convincing that Tracy and I actually went outside to go to the door to get into solitary confinement to see if it was even open, to see if someone was outside messing with us. But come to find out, it was bats. And the bats just sounded like keys for some reason when I guess when they were hitting the fencing above the cells.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But we could have
It,
let our imaginations run wild and
it,
oh man, that's the ghost of the jailer checking on the inmates and
right.
could have created the entire story and then brought back to the client. We
Well,
heard keys
well,
and it was a residual haunting from solitary confinement and but no, we found out where this sound was coming from and we would not stop until we absolutely knew either it was paranormal or it was something logical.
right. But we watched a video, I believe, of a team that was there maybe I think it was the week after. I think we figured out it was either the week after or the week before we had been there. And they were hearing noises coming from this same area. And,
Hmm.
they were sure it was paranormal. And we kind of looked at each other, not, not to be rude to them, but I mean, they don't know the
Right,
bats. They probably haven't even experienced the bats.
right,
And we're like, that's probably bats. But they um, would not know that. So
right.
it's, uh, it's all a bit of a give and take there. Um, but that debunking also there that jail was on one of those clip shows. There's a Raggedy Ann doll
Paranormal caught on camera, I think.
caught on camera. Um, and I can't remember exactly what episode it was, but
No clue.
there is an episode with a clip from the old Hamilton County Jail, and it's a Raggedy Ann doll that's on a pillow, and the thing keeps moving by itself and falls down by itself. Well, it didn't take long for us
To recreate that.
to recreate this. Very easy. If you've ever had a Raggedy Ann doll or held one, or the head's heavier to begin with than the rest of the thing, they fall quite easily. And the fact that there were paranormal experts and quote unquote, I don't believe
I
that's a
hate that
thing.
term.
I hate it too, but experts per se that are saying that this was great footage when we debunked it in 2 minutes. Um,
Right.
it makes me kind of like, hey, let's step back. These were one of them was a parapsychologist, or that's not even a real term. After doing some digging, that doesn't actually exist. It's just kind of what someone made up. Apparently, if you have more information on parapsychologists, please enlighten me. But it it, it's frustrating because it's very very easily explained, and it wasn't like these. I'm going to use another term I don't like, air quotes, amateurs. These are people who have been in the field
Yeah.
that were talking about it. They weren't new to the field, um, and for them to kind of call it paranormal without one being there and two not even offering another explanation, I was like, well, you know, I mean, if there's a woman in a white dress walking at the camera, I can see through her, and she's going, boogity boog. Okay, maybe it's you know. Did you like that?
Do it
I hope
again
the
till we get an octopus.
boogity. I hope that happens one day. I hope I get a woman. Actually,
Exactly like that.
she's a bug. Oh, that'd be great. There's or like we get an EVP. I I happen to agree. Um, I saw this on BuzzFeed Unsolved actually. That he said he'd only believe Shane said he'd only believe in ghosts if they got an EVP that said "choo choo pickle pie." And listen, I'm here for that. I, I'm totally here for it. Um, if I hope I get an apparition coming at the camera going boogity boogity boogity, something waving her hands. Whoop, whoop, there I am. There we go again. But
Oh man,
that
this episode is
brought to
off
you
the
by
chain.
humor. No, sometimes you need to laugh a little. We can be serious about the paranormal. We can laugh a little about the paranormal. Paranormal has some funny stuff happens. Actually, I might as well, since we're laughing, I do have a funny story. We were at the old Hamilton County Jail last time, and if you've watched our last episode, Kevin wants to get me alone somewhere so I can be scared. That's like his goal, and it didn't work at this jail, even though I finally was alone. But I was going to be zip tied to a bench in solitary, and we found
Yeah.
we found the zip ties, and it's actually on the recording. We thought he had got it. We had Molly and Liz who were there making sure the zip ties worked correctly, and I was like, "Yep, that it was tight. It was good." I'm like, "Yeah, this isn't going anywhere." And I moved my arm, and whoop, it just I was like, "Oh, that didn't work." And it's just, I think it was because it was hot, and
It was pretty warm.
especially in that part of the building,
Yeah.
it was hot, and it was just, it had to be there. The look, I was just like, I don't know what just happened. Like, it seemed real good. So I ended up
The goal was to recreate a prisoner
right,
going into solitary
right.
confinement, to
Um,
trigger some sort of activity because nothing was happening
Nothing. Yeah. I
except for bats. Bats
Except
were
for
happening.
bats. I will say we did have an experience, but
Yeah,
that could have been psychological. I
that could have been. Yeah.
and that's, there you go. That's part of debunking. I can't use that
Hmm.
as evidence. I mean,
Right.
we both experienced it, but did we somehow play off each other and not notice it?
Right.
We I think we did the right thing. We went, told people what happened separately, how we were feeling, but
Hmm.
I mean, nothing else happened, so I can't back that up. Truthfully, and I'll be the first to say this on camera, I don't think the place is haunted. Or
No,
if it is, people investigate it so much
it's
that
tired.
yeah, they want to break.
Yeah.
Nothing against the people that run it, nothing against the teams that go there. We go there too.
Right.
And I love the history, and I'm glad that they keep it open for investigations. I really am.
Right.
Uh, I just do think it's a place that's
Right.
needs a break. And
Oh, that's actually a callback to another one of the posts that I had made on the Kappa Facebook page about can an invest or a location become exhausted,
yeah,
because certain locations, even the higher end locations that are, you know, world known, your Waverly
yeah,
Hills and
right,
whatnot, they're booked so often that, you know, people are there not even just every weekend, but probably throughout the week into the weekend.
yeah,
And you look at like a place like that, the place is huge. So it might happen less often, just becoming exhausted.
right,
But when a small location, such as like the Hamilton County Jail or something, it's so small and it's booked so frequently and so often that it just might get tired. I
yeah,
mean, someone could also you know, are you the complete opposite of that, where if people are coming in and out so often that spirits could feed off that energy and the
yeah. You
place
could
should
argue
be
that. Yeah,
through the roof. However,
yeah,
in our experience, and that's the only thing that I can bring to anyone is our experience, our evidence.
yeah.
And everything that we've gathered, everything that we've experienced, it's just quiet. I mean, we've gotten a couple of things that we couldn't really explain audio wise, but nothing to where I could come out and say it's haunted.
Yeah.
Could there be some sort of paranormal activity? Sure, I wouldn't go as far as saying a haunting.
Yeah, yeah, I would agree with that. The places we've been, I can see Juan County Jail haunted. Um, Battleship, North Carolina, very much haunted.
Haunted.
Yeah, very haunted. Um, Hopefully it doesn't let us down.
Yeah,
Uh,
I don't think
but
so
even if,
though.
listen, I think we've said this before. I can go there and have nothing happen, and I still get to hang out on a battleship.
Yeah,
It's an experience nonetheless. And if Wilmington, North Carolina is a great city, and there's so much to do. It's fun nonetheless. But let's see, some other. We did that residence in Orange City, and
yeah,
and really, great class A intelligent EVPs. That's great.
yeah,
Um, that was, I think that was the most fun because
yeah,
we took the research, we used the research and the investigation, and then we were able to show the client, hey, what you're experiencing. Yeah, yeah, you're not
yeah.
crazy.
This happens,
And
right?
it was such the perfect investigation doesn't happen often. That was almost too perfect, where the clients were happy. We had great evidence, um, and that was just a great feeling. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, and you could even say that the perfect investigation doesn't always have to be a haunted location as
no,
well, because
absolutely.
just like you said, the
Yep.
client could be happy, and we've come to them with, this is what we found, this is what's happening, and this is why. Just like the private residence in Deltona,
Hmm.
so many years ago with
Right,
the
right.
EMF,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
she we explained to her what she was experiencing and why, and
yeah, and that was just as
that was amazing.
successful,
Yeah,
just as successful because you're able to find the what's causing the issue, whether it's
right.
paranormal or not, and you have that client happy. We debunked.
Hmm.
Debunking is just as
That's the reason I
important,
brought that up,
right?
because
And,
it ties into the episode.
and yeah, and that debunking is also satisfying.
Yeah.
It's just as satisfying as getting a Class A EVP. It, can it be a letdown sometimes too, depending?
Oh, of course.
Um, Absolutely it
Because
can be.
yeah, because I mean, you could have this EVP that you just find is amazing,
Right.
only to find out it was Corey's split personality.
Exactly. It was Carrie from the other episode.
Yeah.
Right. No, but I mean, if somehow we were able to debunk the Class A EVP from the Chihuahua County Jail, we've done everything we possibly can. I think that
Yeah.
is Class A evidence of a spirit, personally.
Yeah, because not only did we have, just amazing audio of it, we also had everyone was on uh video at the time,
Mhm. Yeah.
you know.
So,
Tracy still had the headphones on, and she was actually looking at the wall. She had no idea what we were talking about.
yep.
And
It's
Julie was
so,
in mid sentence. She
yeah.
was in mid sentence when it started talking over her, and the only other people there were you and myself.
Right. And if there was a way to debunk that, I'd be thrilled because I don't ever want to put out evidence that I can't that I have any doubts in, and I don't have any doubts in that one.
Right.
Um, but if after all this time, we looked and we were like, wow, we think we may have solved it, I'd probably be crushed because,
Yeah.
but at the same
And if you
time,
want to hear that EVP in question, you can visit www.kappaparanormal.com, click on our evidence tab, and there's a link to our YouTube channel for Kappa, and it has a that video with the audio clip that we're
uh,
talking about.
could we also? I know we're going to put some pictures up of the pretty Lego art. Um,
I can link that as well as the King Charles uh, article and also the Lego article. I'll put all that into the show notes as well as post it on our Facebook page.
Perfect. And yeah, I'll have them if you're watching us here on the good old youtube.com. I'll also have the links to both of those articles in the show notes as well. If you guys want to take a little peek at those and read more into that, and we also have more. If you also just go to kappaparanormal.com, the paranormal in the news section, you can also read the 2 articles on the Kappa Paranormal that Kappa has had done on them. Both the Chawan Herald, is that who?
Both from the Chawan Herald, yep. When we were
So,
front page.
So, Kappa in the news, Kappa represent.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want to read those articles, definitely please do while you're there as well, because they're a good read. One, much older, actually, the first investigation of the jail that we have talked about, where Kevin had a lot of his experiences there, happened during that visit. And they did a return visit 2021, I believe, where they did the Cupola House in Edenton, which is a very neat place as well. So, but always remember, as a paranormal investigator, and if you're getting into this field, and I implore you, please make sure debunking is high on your list of things to really push. Orbs, stop. I don't mean that in a mean way. The whole, there's another article on the paranormal in the news about
disclaimer, that list on the website, all articles are found on Google. They are not articles that we have written. They are all articles found on Google and just fed into that page on the website. Disclaimer.
All algorithm. So there is one on there right now that's about Olivia Newton-John's family, saying that she's coming back as a blue orb. And I really hate, especially if, like, on these Facebook groups, people post a picture of an orb and they say, "This is my grandfather, he's visiting me." I hate to say that's dust. No, that's moisture. That's a bug.
That's a bug.
That's
refraction. That's
lens
literally
flare. I mean, anything.
Yeah.
Could be anything. But it's also hard because these people.
And even if it is an orb, even if it's an actual scientifically proven orb,
right? Not a spirit.
It could be from you, because you give off orbs.
100%.
My cat that's right here gives off orbs. Like, this light gives off orbs. Anything that generates energy gives off orbs.
There's one of the things I hate, and I've said I've watched Most Haunted, and I do because it's fun to watch. I don't watch it because I think it proves anything. But in an episode, they say orbs are the first sign of a ghost manifestation. That is what we call BS. That's not what it is. No real true paranormal investigator is going to say that. And I can call back, even a ghost hunter should be inclined and not, intelligent enough to say no, it's not. And I'm not bashing the people that post them.
It sounds like it.
Okay, maybe I am. I might be. Stop posting orbs.
Or light anomalies.
Light anomalies.
Not going to mention names. Who says light anomaly?
Oh. Well, I don't know who
You're
does.
thinking too hard on that.
I probably am. That's okay though. Oh, I know. That's cool. You're right.
Yeah.
Or your little, look at this, the orange streak on the picture. Okay, I don't know. I'm not mad at people because a lot of people, they aren't educated in that stuff.
Right. Yeah, a lot of the times when you look at, like, the Facebook groups or whatnot, people that do post that, they don't know any better. They went to Ghost Hunters, Ghost Adventures 101.
Right.
You know,
That's the thing.
they went to Discovery 101, which,
Yeah.
is not their fault.
No,
So I'm not,
absolutely not.
yeah,
And whether and they can believe that orange streak is Satan himself. If that's what they want to believe, that's fine. I'm not going to bash people. We've
yeah.
talked
I would
about
have
it
went a little bit
before.
lighter with that. I would have been like, they could believe that that's their grandma, and if it makes them feel
Oh,
better, then dude, that's your grandma.
oh,
Yep.
okay. Well, yeah, we
You
can go
know,
with that. That's probably better than the Lord of the Underworld or whatnot. But
it's a
I,
little,
but
or not. Don't know these people's grandma.
yeah, oh, some people have probably called their grandma something close to that before.
Yeah.
It's very or their mother-in-law. I don't have one, but I've heard things. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but no, so, just be skeptical. It's very important. Just be skeptical.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else
So
to add to that? Oh, you did
no,
because you were about to talk.
no, I was gonna say, so that sounds like we should
I think
that's about
so.
all we have. Let's
Yeah,
wrap it up.
yeah. I think that sounded good. What got any last second things to say before we head off?
No, other than you can find me at on Twitter, X
Uh,
or something.
the tweets,
The
the twatter,
the
whatever
app
you want to call it. So,
the app formerly known as Twitter,
yeah,
which is now a symbol. I don't know. So
it's like the
you can
Family Feud
follow me.
thing.
Yeah. So you can find me there at Kevin underscore Kappa or at Kappa Paranormal, or you can follow the Facebook page, like it, and all that fun stuff that you do on the Facebooks at facebook.com/Kappa Paranormal. Visit our website, and you'll find all the links to all of that on on the website on kapaparanormal.com, in the show notes, in the video description down below, where I'm pretty sure right now, this second, especially if you've made it this far, you are liking the video and dropping a comment.
You're smashing that like button. You're hitting that bell. You're commenting saying you guys are spooky or whatever, and and you're sharing us with all your friends and family because we're good, wholesome content. And
Even your second cousin twice removed,
three
you're
times,
sharing the video to him. Yep.
absolutely. You have a deceased grandmother on Facebook. Share it with her. She can come on the show. We'll talk with her. I don't know
Yeah,
why I said that, but
I don't either,
we are.
but it was said.
It was said, and it's on. It's here now, and I can't take
Yeah,
it back.
there is video evidence of it.
I
So you
I
have to live
like
with that forever.
you
How
know
do you
me.
feel about yourself, Corey?
I feel fantastic. I love video evidence. Guys, also you can also check out member Into the Paranormal, facebook.com/Into the Paranormal, um, Into the Paranormal Pod at gmail.com. You can message either of those. Please like, share, subscribe. Send us your ghost stories, ideas, you want to hear from us. We are ready to go, for a lot more, and we look forward to hearing from you. Please remember to check out our Facebook. Like I said, the facebook.com Into the Paranormal, because um, we will put some more links so you can talk and see the evidence that we're talking about. But you can also see that at campandparanormal.com. You can see that on the Camp and Paranormal Facebook page. You can see that, um, and we'll put links to that too. But also check that out. You can also check out videos that Camp has done from our investigations and hook up with Kappa too. And if you have any questions, don't forget to reach out. And also Kappa on Discord. Hang out with us and
Yeah,
chat with us over there too.
yeah. We've had quite a few new members. Don't know if it was from here or what, but if it is, welcome.
We love it. We
Um,
love it.
yeah, so continue, just join the Discord, like he said, join the chat. Love to see new people to join and get the conversation going. Let us know what got you into the paranormal, all that fun stuff. Like he said, please send us some stories at the at into the paranormal pod at gmail.com, and we would love to do an entire episode just reading your guys' experience.
We would love it.
So yeah, so do that.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we thank you for joining us on another riveting trek through the paranormal with us. As always, I am Corey Beam. That is Kevin Leonard.
And I am Kevin Leonard.
He's Kevin Leonard. And please, as always, stay spooky. You guys have a good one. We'll see you soon.
Take care.